testing, microphone and stuff. That's it, bye. Hello everyone and welcome to my Q&A for the end of 2017. This is my first time shooting on my brand new camera. It was my incredible Christmas present from Chris, so we've stepped up in the world, guys. The YouTube game is strong. So on Instagram I posted this photo so you guys had the opportunity to ask me any questions on the thread, and I got 700 and something questions. So what I did is I went through and I put a love heart next to the ones I'm wanting to try and answer in this video. Obviously I won't be able to answer every single one, but I will try my best. The biggest question that everyone kept asking, why did you start cosplaying? I've always wanted to cosplay throughout high school. I never got around to it, and then I bought a ticket to Sydney Comic Con and I just decided that I was going to cosplay. I didn't know I was going to cosplay Harley Quinn at the time. I was originally wanting to cosplay as Daenerys Targaryen from Game of Thrones. So answering another question that was most popular is what was your first cosplay, and that was Suicide Squad Harley, the Daddy's Little Monster one. I had done pretty damn good dress up parties in the past, but that was like my first official cosplay. Another question is, when did you start cosplaying? So yes, 2016 Sydney Comic Con, so that was in September, so I've cosplayed for a year and a few months now. Another very popular question is, did anything inspire you to cosplay? And it's literally so simple, guys. I just woke up, I felt like cosplaying, I did it. It was literally that, so yeah. And the last popular question that I will answer are, what are your cosplay plans for 2018? So, as you know, I cut off my hair. Here it is. I washed it for the first time 2 days ago and it did this thing. So that's like my natural hair. It's really low maintenance and awesome. I just want to let you guys know that I will be using a wig for Harley Quinn. I don't know why it's so difficult for people to understand that wigs exist and a lot of cosplayers use them. Okay? So, Harley Quinn isn't dead. I will still be cosplaying Harley Quinn. Whenever I get an idea to cosplay, I go straight to the notes in my phone and write it down. So, as you can see, the list is very long and I have so much I want to do. Basically, any cosplay I can make by myself, that is what I'm really striving for. But without further ado, I'm gonna read out my cosplay list. I want to be a Slytherin student. I want to be a Valkyrie from Thor. I want to be a Cruiser Diva. I want to be Daenerys Targaryen. I want to be Bombshell Harley Quinn. I want to be Catwoman in the purple suit because she's so cool. I want to be Injustice 2 Harley. I want to do Mira. I want to do Ariel from The Little Mermaid. I want to do my own version of Harley Quinn, like, yeah, I don't want to tell you what. There's a crossover and then there's a different version that I've made up in my head. I can't do all of those cosplays in 2018, but they're the ones that I will be choosing from and hopefully sewing. And also Kill Bill. I want to be the bride from Kill Bill. And without further ado, I will scroll through and answer all the nitty-gritty questions. Question number 1. Who is your favorite character from The Walking Dead and why? I like Shiva, the tiger. Sorry if that's a spoiler and you're not into season whatever it is we're up to. A person character, it would have to be Negan, and I know he's a baddie, but he is the best villain we've had on The Walking Dead because he has so much mystery about him and he's very, very clever. Any Marvel costumes for next year? I want to do Valkyrie from Ragnarok. That would be really cool as my first armor build, and maybe Black Widow, but I'm not sure yet. A lot of people have been asking to do Captain Marvel, but I only want to cosplay characters that I'm attracted to and enjoy. I don't know much about the character and that's why I'm a bit hesitant to do it, because I need to really like the character to cosplay it. What's some things that you enjoyed doing the most in 2017? Definitely a bit of traveling was fun, going to Ecuador and Kuwait for cosplay. That was just a surreal experience doing an international convention, and my Europe trip in January was amazing, so I miss that so much. Why did you stick with cosplay? I stuck with cosplay because I enjoyed it. It was very new to me at the time and it was a whole new world and hobby that I'd never explored before. Will you visit Europe again? Hopefully. I am very broke student, so I'm not sure when that will be, but I would love to go back, and maybe in the summer this time because I went in winter. Would you ever do an anime related cosplay? I'm not massive on anime, but I love Studio Ghibli and Pokemon is my life. Like, Pokemon was just the most amazing thing that ever happened, and it was my passion when I was little, and I was seriously obsessed. So I'd love to do a Pokemon cosplay, whether that would be an actual character from the anime like Misty or May, or do one of those Pokemon bends that people do. I will see, but I would love to do that, and maybe a Studio Ghibli cosplay. Chris asks, are you and Chris dating? Yes, we are. Are you planning to go on international conventions in 2018? I only do international conventions unless I've been invited and my accommodation and fares are paid for, and the reason being is flights from Australia are so expensive and accommodation is so expensive, and I just can't seem to fork that out of my own money. I am a student, I do have a part-time job, and that's hard for me to live off as it is. Is it annoying that people always expect you to cosplay Harley? It annoys me, but it's not like I don't understand. A lot of people follow my cosplay because they enjoy me portraying Harley Quinn, and I totally respect and appreciate that. However, it is uncomfortable for when I want to branch out and I don't get as much support as I do for Harley Quinn. Cosplay is a personal choice, and it is not cosplay if someone is asking you to cosplay a character or telling you to cosplay a character because you look like them. You cosplay a character because you like the character and you want to embody them and you love them. That is why people cosplay. It's difficult because I need to stay headstrong in my plans and thoughts and desires. Yeah. Will you be making any other crossovers like the Harley Diva? I am doing another crossover, but it is with Clubbing Harley from Suicide Squad and another character, and I'm really keen to do it. So I'm not going to tell you who the other character is because I don't want anyone to get any ideas, but that's happening. Would you and Chris go bungee jumping together? I would be the one that would book the tickets but then chicken out last minute. I can see that happening. This question is weird, but people keep asking me, how do you go to the toilet wearing your Diva Harley suit? There's a zipper at the back. I literally take everything off, do my business, put it back on, and I usually get a lady in the bathroom to help zip me up because it's so hard to do it with the gloves. Why did you want to start YouTube? I wanted to start YouTube because I watch a lot of vloggers myself, and I wanted to be one too because I enjoy it. I enjoy watching it, and then making my own content was just a whole different level of YouTube for me. I was inspired a lot by Heidi Summers. Her Instagram name is Buff Bunny and she's a fitness vlogger, and I watch her very regularly, and her vlogs made me happy, and I thought if I could do that for other people, then I'm giving back and doing something great with the exposure I got from my cosplay. How do you manage everything in your life, like your cosplay, teaching, uni work, music, family? Is it a struggle to get the time to do it all? Yes, it's like the most difficult thing ever. The past 3 semesters at uni have been beyond stressful, and I just get so overwhelmed and emotional and stressed, I can't tell you, and that's behind closed doors, so a lot of people wouldn't assume that or know that information, but I do get really stressed, and it becomes difficult to juggle everything and not overwhelm my friends and family with those emotions. I just plan a week in advance and then it keeps it manageable. What's the craziest thing you would do for cosplay? Dye my hair permanently? I've done that. They had to bleach my whole head. I was in the salon for 8 hours. It was literally the longest and most expensive process ever. And that was for Harley when I first started. That's definitely the craziest thing I've done for cosplay because it was like I was cosplaying 24/7. It got a bit irritating having someone else's hair and not my own because people would be like, that's Harley Quinn hair, not Laurie Gilbert hair, and they kind of miss my actual person. How are your sewing skills going? Are you ready for this? Hold on. Let me show you. Here is a skirt that I made 2 days ago, which is looking very good. And this is the first skirt I ever made, and it's got pom-poms on the bottom, which is really cool. Here is another skirt that I made 2 and a bit weeks ago. So I've been sewing for a month and 2 weeks. I've made 4 skirts, 2 shirts for Chris, a pillowcase. I'm stoked with it, and I've just started doing patterns because I would make my own patterns, and I've ordered some cosplay things. So I'm really excited, and yeah. Would Chris ever dress up as the Joker to match your Harley? I think Chris would make an excellent Heath Ledger Joker, but we've been talking about doing a 50s inspired Harley and Joker, which I think would be really cool. Would you do a Star Wars cosplay? I would love to do a Sith cosplay. I'd love to get full in red paint and just be awesome. Do you prefer cats or dogs? I prefer dogs, but I don't hate cats. What I would say is I'm an animal person. What was your greatest accomplishment in 2017? I did feel really proud about my uni marks this semester were really good. I was very proud about that. Can you say hi to me in the video? Hi Samira! Are you and Chris considering doing any Marvel, Star Wars or Disney characters? Chris and I really want to do Ariel and Eric from The Little Mermaid and also have a sheepdog on the beach, which is Max, his dog, and that would be so cute and I really want to do that, yeah. How long did it approximately take to put the Harley Quinn cosplay together? I'm assuming you mean the Daddy's Little Monster one with the sequin shorts. I only completed it last month, so it literally took me 15 months to finish the Harley Quinn cosplay because there's always little things that I wish to improve. With that being said, I've cut off all my hair, so I still need to source a very accurate wig, so it's still not finished. It was, but now it's not. What is your favorite video game of all time? So I've been a massive Pokemon nerd for ages, but all time, I have to say Red Dead Redemption is my favorite game, and I love the Pokemon series on Game Boy. I just can't get enough of it. Ugh, why did you cut off your hair? Well, we raised over 2,400 Australian dollars for the Leukemia Foundation, and that is to support patients with cancer and their families. That was the main reason, to raise money for charity, and that is what we did. I was originally just going to cut off the coloured ends, but thought, let's cut it all off and fundraise, and that is what happened. Would you consider doing makeup tutorials on your day-to-day makeup? Yes, I've been meaning to do that. It's going to be so much easier with this camera as well, so I'm really excited to do it, and I will definitely be showing you guys my purple lip and my ombre lip. How did you feel when you got your hair cut? I felt really cleansed. I felt exhilarated, and it just was a closing of a chapter of my life and an opening of a new one, and it was so much more symbolic than just cutting off hair. The Harley hair I'd always have tied up in a bun, and it just felt wasteful not for it to be seen considering how much money it costs me to keep maintained. So yeah, I just felt really cleansed. What are your goals for 2018? Get some cosplays done, still smash uni, and save money so I can go places and things. How did you learn to do your makeup? I'm self-taught. I find that practice is the best teacher. Are you going to do any more Margot Robbie characters? No, because I'm not cosplaying Margot Robbie, I'm cosplaying the characters that I like. I am not a Margot Robbie lookalike, I'm a cosplayer, and I just really need to state that bluntly. I love Margot Robbie, I think she's the most excellent actress, but I'm not cosplaying Margot Robbie, I'm cosplaying the characters I like. What is your favorite color? Purple. What are you most grateful for this year? I am most grateful for Chris, is the most amazing boyfriend. He's been very supportive this year and just overall incredible, amazing person. I'm very grateful for Ellen, my best buddy. Even though she moved down to Melbourne, we've still got an amazing connection and we're just awesome. She's also been very supportive and amazing. And my incredible dad, Jason, who is just every year stepping up and being the most incredible dad and best friend to me, and I am grateful for those 3 people in my life that have just made such an amazing difference to 2017. Who are some of your cosplay role models? I have 3 big role models. One is Alison Tabitha, her work is unreal. Then there's NG Knight, who is also just a beautiful cosplayer, and Kamui Cosplay is just amazing, and her tutorials are very helpful, and she has corgi puppies. So those 3 lovely ladies are my idols. Are you going to marry cosplayer Chris? Yeah, I don't know. What makeup do you use? I'll do a tutorial so it makes more sense. A lot of people have been asking what lipsticks I use. I use a lot of NYX and a brand called Lime Crime. And as for my foundation, I use a MAC Compact Powder and I use a Kat Von D Lock-It Liquid Foundation. Which version of Harley do you like the best? I love Batman the Animated Series Harley, which is our first representation of Harley. She is not meant to be a sultry, sexy character in my eyes. She's meant to be funny and quirky, and that's why I love Batman the Animated Series so much. What is one thing you learned through your cosplay experience so far? A thing that's definitely jumped out to me is that cosplay is a growing hobby. It is challenging for some people, even my age, to understand cosplay and why people choose to cosplay. I don't feel like it's that much of a question. People cosplay, good for them, great. You know what I mean? Whereas some people are just like, why do they do this? Why do they cosplay? One thing I've learned about it is just to ignore those negative views and opinions on cosplay and just focus on myself. How did you and Chris meet and how did it spark so good? Okay, so I'm just going to tell you the story and use my hands. At the very end of 2016 after Christmas, Chris sent me a personal message on Instagram and I was in Europe, so I just was not checking my phone. And then 2 weeks later, like mid-January, I reply. He was wondering if we wanted to collaborate on a cosplay project because he was going to be Captain Boomerang and I was going to be Harley Quinn, and I was so for it. So I said, yeah, of course, I'll just come back from Europe and then we'll talk about it then. Come back from Europe, we start chatting online, and then I suggest, do you want to meet up for coffee and talk about the collaboration? Basically, I was asking if he just wanted to go on a date, but he didn't get it. Anyway, we meet up for coffee, and because we live such a far distance away from each other, we met halfway at a cafe, and we were meant to be there for like an hour, but we ended up talking and chatting for 3 hours at this cafe. So it went really well, and there was definitely a spark there. Keep chatting and whatever, we become friends. We meet up a few more times with our photographer, we meet up with Ellen, and just getting ready for this shoot. The shoot happens, all well and great, and then Chris goes to America, and it's kind of like, don't know what's happening. Like, I definitely like him. I'm too shy to say anything, so I just don't, and I wasn't sure what his relationship status was. Then fast forward to April, we went down to Melbourne for Supernova, and we went out for drinks at a bar. And after a few glasses of wine, I just thought, Laura, just do it. So I walk up to Chris and I say, excuse me, I just want to let you know that I have a big crush on you. And then he goes, what? So do I. And then boom, that's how it happened. We went on a few dates, and then it took me a lot of courage to figure out if we're boyfriend girlfriend. So instead of asking if we're exclusive or whatever, I just say, do you like fruit? I panicked and I freaked out. We always had a connection since like the first hour of meeting, and it just kind of snowballed from there, but that's the story. Have you watched Stranger Things? Yes, I love Stranger Things so much, and it's ridiculous how long we have to wait for season 3, and I love Steve. What camera do you use for vlogs? So I used to use a Canon M10. It's small, it's easy, and it's affordable. What I'm using now is a Canon 80D with a Rode microphone, and that was my Christmas present from Chris. What is your favorite cosplay of yours and why? Definitely Diva Harley because it's so comfy. Have you planned on doing a day of eating? No, I haven't, but I would love to do that for you. I haven't been very good with my eating since it's been Christmas, but I'll definitely do one video soon if you guys want to see that. How is Bark going? Bark is going really well. He lives on my sewing table now, and he's grown a lot, but he's looking good. Have you watched Gossip Girl? Yes. That was my TV show during high school. I was in my last year of high school when the last season came out, so it was just like perfectly timed, and I love Gossip Girl so much. Do you like System of a Down? Yeah, I do. I listen to System of a Down a lot at the gym when I feel like doing some heavy weights. I listen to heavy music. What happened to your Harley Negan cosplay? I had a really bad experience. I spent 4 months trying to get my jacket back from these people that took it for embroidery, and they stuffed it up, and I was feeling so discouraged. I just kind of left it on the side because it was so much time wasted that I just couldn't seem to get the motivation to get back around to it, but we'll see how I go. Were you scared to get all your hair cut off? Yes, I was so nervous. I did not sleep the night before. I probably got 3 hours of sleep, not because I was having second thoughts, just because I've never had my hair this short and I was just kind of fear of the unknown. Even though it's hair, it just seemed like such a big thing to me because I've always had long hair since I was a toddler. What's the best and worst part of cosplay and why? Best part is definitely having fun and making friends and just embracing a whole new world. I love all my cosplay friends and it's just such a surreal experience. The worst thing, which is a bit tricky to talk about, I can't really word it, is people assuming that cosplay is consent. Things that have happened to me have been so hard for me to overcome. There have been times where I've just broken down and started crying because I don't want to cosplay because I've had sexual harassment happened to me. That's definitely the worst part about cosplay in that aspect, that it's the other people that ruin it. What is your favorite TV show? At the moment, I'm obsessed with Downton Abbey. I'm in season 5 and there's 6 seasons and I just can't stop watching it. What's the most you've spent on a cosplay? Guys, it's just like unfathomable. I don't like thinking about it. Probably thousands of dollars on the Harley Quinn cosplay. Did you see yourself that you looked like Harley Quinn or did a friend tell you? So there's a lot of confusion that people thought I cosplayed Harley Quinn because I look like her. I cosplayed Harley Quinn because I like Harley Quinn and I didn't even think I looked like her. So that was just weird when everyone was freaking out saying I looked like her, because when I saw the photos I just saw me. What is your actual job? So I'm a trumpet tutor. I teach trumpet to primary school children. Oh, this is a good question. Have you ever had negative responses that you cosplay and teach? Like people say you should not cosplay as a teacher. Yes. Majority of the reason why is because a lot of the older generations and teachers don't understand cosplay and what it is. I don't think it's necessarily a case of you cosplay, you shouldn't be a teacher. I think it's a case of you're in the public eye, you have a big following on social media, therefore that is detrimental to your teaching and presence as a teacher in the classroom. Main reason is students can follow me, they can contact me, yet I still need my social media public as it is sometimes income for me or a source of work and I like feeling connected with everyone. Even though I'm super professional online in what I post and how I go about students contacting me, I still get negative whiplash. How tall are you? I'm 5'8". I'm 172 centimeters. Which cosplay do you want to improve? Definitely clubbing Harley. I really want to get that right and I really want to do it well. Do you get anxiety when you're at conventions? Sometimes, yes I do, and I think that's totally healthy and normal to feel like that. The most anxiety I've experienced at a convention is when I'm in Daddy's Little Monster Harley Quinn. My first anxiety is how I look with my body. Sometimes I'm not comfortable with my stomach being shown, or the shorts are really tiny, so from behind I'm not comfortable with how they look and I feel very self-conscious. I don't want people to see me and go, she's dressed inappropriately or sexily, and that's not my intentions. And then the anxiety stemming from that is that I don't want to be perceived in a bad light or treated poorly because of how I'm dressed. The other anxiety that gets to me a lot is when I'm crowded for photos. Sometimes in that cosplay in particular, I get swarmed for photos and it gets a bit chaotic and I can't seem to escape the photos because I always want to take photos with everyone who asks, and then there has to be a time where I actually have to say no, I need to go to the bathroom, or no, I need to go see my friends. It's hard. So if you do get anxiety at conventions, I totally relate to you and it's not a fun time. It can get very overwhelming. Cookies or brownies? Definitely brownies. I like a hot fudge brownie sundae with ice cream. What are your plans for Pirate Catwoman 2.0? I would love to do a big purple duster coat along with fixing my glove dilemma and just doing some really cool stuff. Maybe even a hat, a longer whip and a cutlass and a gun, and just really filling it out. A fitness question: how do you manage the alcoholic drinks? Do you avoid certain drinks and do you drink only on special occasions? I avoid beer, I avoid vodka, lemonades, or anything like that because there's so much sugar in the soft drinks. I just stick to my red wines and then maybe an occasional cocktail once every 2 weeks. I don't drink a glass of wine every day. It might be over dinner with Chris. I might have 2 glasses of red wine. Okay guys, I'm gonna leave this video here. Thank you so much for asking questions. I hope I accurately responded to those questions. Happy New Year wherever you are in the world. Here's to 2018. It's gonna be another amazing year. And thank you so much for watching this video. I love you guys and bye.